Greetings to the Church Business Administration class here at Southeastern University. This is your instructor, Dr. Larry Asplund, coming to you one last time. It's hard to believe that we're starting our very last week. Welcome to week 8 in our class. I wanted to just drop by to try to clarify the ending of the class, what we're going to be doing in this final week, and, hopefully just encourage you along the way as you work toward finishing well in this class. First of all, we have a couple of really great themes in week 8. One, of course, is the theme of leading volunteers. We introduced the issue of volunteers in the church last week, but this week we're going to look more specifically at what's involved in leading them. And we're also going to then look, number 2, at staffing ministry, which, some of you are on a church staff, so you are no doubt aware that it can be complicated. And so being able to think through a staffing strategy, etc., is very good. So I'm so thankful that that was introduced to you as a theme here in week 8 of our class. Week 8 reading, first of all, again, you have the PowerPoint presentation narrated by Dr. Henby, introduced in week 5, available to you to review. And of course, there's just some great material, as you know, in that presentation. I know it has been valuable to you. We have 2 final chapters in the textbook by Gangel. Chapter 8 is on recruiting effective volunteers. So, the issue of volunteer recruitment came up in your discussion of manipulation in week 7. And so we need to look more specifically and think more specifically about really good, effective volunteer recruiting strategies and our rationale for doing so. Chapter 9 is on changing people and things, and so that really gets to the heart of what it is we want to do when it comes to leadership and of volunteers. And then one last chapter in the excellent workbook by David Pollock, Business Management in the Local Church. Chapter 15 is on workers worthy of hire, and of course that then addresses very specifically the issue of staffing, and has some great practical resources for you there as well. The week 8 discussion, first of all, asks you to discuss the practical aspects of the recruitment and retention of workers. And specifically, how have you seen these areas handled effectively and ineffectively in the past? I know some of you are in local churches that really have a great strategy for an ongoing process of equipping and empowering volunteers who are, volunteers are not just cheap labor, as you know. They are the saints. And so it is the mandate of leadership to equip the saints to do the work of the ministry. And so you have some great positive examples, which is so good. Unfortunately, you have some negative examples as well. Some of them have no doubt been hurtful. And so being able to think through, the best way to do that is so good. So we're going to be able to jump into that together in week 8. The week 8 assignment, of course, we've talked about in detail before, but the interview assignment is coming up in week number 8. As you well know, this gives you the opportunity to interview someone presently serving in the capacity of church administration. And what a great opportunity just to have kind of a real live, interactive, face-to-face learning experience in this class. Remember that your questions, which you should construct in advance, are to be from your learnings in this course, readings and discussions. And you're to have a 1-hour face-to-face interview. At the end of it, you're to write a 6 to 8 page report, double-spaced, 12-point Times Roman, just kind of a normal format. And your report should begin by stating the date, time, and length of the interview and the title of the person interviewed. You can not put the name in, of course, but just the title, the area of responsibility. Then the specific questions, word for word, that you asked is to be reported, and with that, the substance of the answers given. I think it would be great also in this assignment to just kind of reflect on what you learned from that assignment. So what a great way to end this class in a very practical, personal, even relational kind of way. So, here we are at the end. If you need to catch up, feel free to communicate with me on that. I want to just let you know real quickly on the grading process. Some of your assignments I've kept open just in case you want to jump in late. If you decide to do that, please let me know. As we get closer to the end, I will go in and insert a 0 everywhere you have an incomplete assignment. Right now, if you looked at your final grade, it would be accurate if you have completed every assignment. If you have not, it's not accurate, because obviously when I put in a 0, that's going to lower that number, etc. So just a little bit of wisdom on how that works. As we get closer to the end, at some point it really becomes my responsibility to do a good job of grading and then of reporting the grade to Southeastern University. So I'm here to help you at the end. I'm a big fan of you not only having a great learning experience, but doing well in this class. So we've been able to unpack the whole issues of administration and leadership in this class. Some people, disconnect those ideas. In my mind, they're very much connected. I know there are some in leadership that are not great administrators, and there are some administrators that are not great leaders, but I think ultimately those two functions need to be connected. And whenever you see them in one person, you've hit the jackpot when it comes to that. But what a great opportunity to explore those areas together. And we've also looked at the whole issue of manipulation, of integrity in leadership, and very few subjects are more important than that. I have great anticipation for each one of you providing effective and fruitful ministry and leadership in the future and being a wonderful example of integrity in the process. So thank you for just the honor and the privilege of sharing this learning experience with you. Please know that I'm with you right up to the end. Don't hesitate to contact me. Let me know how I can help you. I will do my best to answer any questions that you might have. And so with expectation of a great finish, God bless you, everyone. Please know that you're in my prayers this week. I just pray that the Lord will continue to bless and lead and guide every one of you. Have a wonderful final week 8.